Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having another great day like I am. Just got back from my weekly LCS trip, and actually this week, it's the middle of the week, I'm going fishing this weekend as long as the weather holds out. My dad's showing up this weekend, and yeah, we're gonna go catch some fish and fill up the freezer. Hopefully we'll be able to go at least a couple days. We will see. But yeah, it means I'm gonna miss my weekly LCS trip on Saturday, so I figured I'd go. I actually owed him a little bit of money this week because last week when I went, two ATMs nearby were both out of order, two different banks. So I would have had to drive across the city to get money, and he was like, you come every week, just owe me the money next week. So it was awesome of him. He's actually not even going to be there this Saturday. It would have been his daughter looking after the store anyways, so I won't even be missing a conversation with him, which is awesome. His daughter is good to hang out with too, but yeah, I prefer talking to the owner just because that's who I see all the time. So what did I get? I got myself $5.25, 80% junk silver, and 25-cent Formagain. We got $2 in 1965, 1966s of the Queen Elizabeth II and her second portrait. We got $1.50 worth of Queen Elizabeth and her first portrait. It looks like a little bit of glue on that one or something. We only got 1/4 of King George the Sixth. And we've got 75 cents worth of King George the Fifth in 80% form. So these are all 1920 to 1936, and this is a nice shiny one. And then we actually have 75 cents of 925 silver. We got one King George V, and we can read the date. That's in 1917, so we know that that is 925 silver. And then we got two King Edward, which is awesome. Love getting a King Edward. Definitely slicked out there. But I believe, 1910. I can read the dates on both of these if I remember correctly. And then 1902, that one says. That's awesome. Told him I like to get a random package, and this one was random. It doesn't get much more random than this unless I would have gotten a Queen Victoria in there as well. The only other thing that I have in my collection that wouldn't be here would be completely slicked out ones that I can't see the date, so I don't know if they're 925 or they're 80%. I have a tube in there of that as well. So very, very cool to get this very random package with a bunch of King George V, $1 worth, and a couple King Edward. That is just amazing. Got a few other things in front of us here. I'm still putting together a bit of a package to send away my trade for STG, so I'm sending them a few Canadian things that apparently you can't get in the States. Hickory sticks apparently are Canadian. Smarties, Aerobar, Coffee Crisp are Canadian, so I'm going to send a couple of those, plus a keychain and Canadian flag. There wasn't a lot of Canadian stuff available currently. It's all been ripped down and putting Halloween stuff out there, so I'm looking for a Labatt's Blue something for him. I got a couple strings I'm pulling right now, so hopefully I can pull something affordable. Labatt's Blue, STG says that's a beer that he used to really like, and unfortunately that's not something I can send across the border. Canada Post does not allow for alcoholic beverages or intoxicating beverages to be sent across the border via Canada Post. So we don't want to break the rules or You know, if they let intoxicating things cross the border, I can guarantee there's a couple big bags that I would be sending a few people. but that's beside the point. So, yeah, great to send this to STG. Super happy to do a trade with him. He's actually already mailed me my stuff. It's on the way. But like I said, I wanted to pull a couple strings before I sent him his stuff. Just one other thing to note is someone a while back asked me, do you have a quarter book for all the quarters you're collecting? And I don't have a quarter book. But I regularly look at Facebook Marketplace, and in my silver searches, actually, a quarter book came up. The quarter book was from, I believe, 1911 up to 52 or something like that. I can't remember exactly offhand, but I messaged the guy. He didn't want very much. I offered him a little bit less. He obviously a coin collector, so I offered him a specific silver dollar that I had that wasn't worth much to me. It was a duplicate to me, and I got for $1. And he was like, let me look at my collection. And anyways, we got to chatting about me filling a bag. And he asked me, do you have any other canvas bags available? And I said, well, I happen to have another Royal Canadian Mint 10-cent one that I'm not using for anything. And if you wanted it, I could probably sell it to you. So I am going to trade him this bag, and instead of paying him, he's going to end up paying me and giving me a quarter book. And so I might just go through my $250-some of quarters and, yeah, pull out a nice one from each year just to fill the book up. Anyways, that's my story for today. Can't wait to get the Labatt's Blue stuff so that I can send to STG. STG is the man. I would love to get this present or this trade out to him as soon as possible. And he's told me a couple times, don't worry about getting me anything extra, but STG is an awesome community member, and I freaking love him. And you know what? Freaking love you all. To all the people that watch and comment on my videos, even to that one guy that watches almost all of my videos and gives me a thumb down. I don't know why. I love you too, buddy. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like or dislike and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, eh?